in a kingdom far beyond the snowy mountains, where winter never faded and silver frost covered the earth like a sparkling blanket, there lived a princess known as Ilara, the Ice Soul Princess. From the day she was born, the air around her shimmered with icy light. The royal astrologers whispered that she carried the spirit of winter within her heart. Wherever she walked, delicate snowflakes danced in the air. When she laughed, tiny crystals formed like stars around her fingers. But her gift was also her curse. As Ilara grew older, she realized that her emotions controlled the winter. When she felt lonely, storms howled across the kingdom. When she felt hurt, rivers froze solid. And when fear touched her heart, sharp icicles formed along the palace walls. The people loved their princess, yet they feared the endless cold. Ilara tried to hide her feelings. She stopped attending festivals. She avoided friendships. She built invisible walls around her heart, believing that distance would protect everyone. Years passed, and the kingdom remained trapped in eternal winter. One evening, during the longest night of the year, a traveler arrived at the palace gates. His name was Prince Kael, from the kingdom of Sunfall, a land of golden fields and warm breezes. He had heard legends of the Ice Soul Princess and had journeyed across mountains to see if the stories were true. The guards warned him. Her heart is made of ice, they said. Winter follows her shadow. But Kael only smiled. Even the coldest winter holds the promise of spring. When Ilara first met him in the frost-covered gardens, she expected him to tremble in fear. Instead, he bowed gently. "You must be freezing," she said softly. "I've traveled far," Kael replied. "But I have never seen snow shine as beautifully as it does around you." His words startled her. No one had ever spoken of her powers as something beautiful. Over the next few days, Kael remained at the palace. He did not try to change her. He did not fear her storms. When icy winds swirled, he stood firm. When snow fell, he laughed and spun beneath it. Slowly, Ilara felt something unfamiliar, and one afternoon, while walking beside the frozen lake, Kael asked, "Why do you hide your heart?" Ilara looked at the ice beneath her reflection. "Because when I feel too much, everything freezes." Kael knelt beside the lake and placed his gloved hand on the ice. "Maybe the world doesn't freeze because you feel," he said gently. "Maybe it freezes because you are afraid to let anyone stand beside you when you do." His words melted something deep within her. For the first time, Ilara allowed herself to feel without fear. She spoke of her loneliness. She spoke of the burden of being different. And as she did, something extraordinary happened. The wind softened. The heavy gray clouds began to part. A single drop of water fell from an icicle. The frozen lake beneath them cracked, not violently, but gently, and revealing clear, flowing water underneath. Ilara gasped. The winter wasn't her enemy. It was her shield. And now she no longer needed it so fiercely. As days passed, the snow slowly began to melt. Flowers pushed through the frost-covered ground. The kingdom saw colors it had not seen in years. But Ilara's powers did not disappear. Instead, she learned to balance them. When winter came again, it was no longer endless or cruel. Snow fell softly in season. Ice sparkled beautifully without trapping the land. Her magic became harmony rather than isolation. On the day Ilara was crowned queen, she stood beside Kael, who had chosen to stay not as a savior but as her equal. She addressed her people with calm strength. "My heart was never made of ice," she said. "It was made of fear, and fear melts when we allow ourselves to be seen." From that day forward, the kingdom was known not for its endless winter, but for its shimmering seasons, where snow and sunlight coexisted in perfect balance. And Queen Ilara, the Ice Soul Princess, became a legend not because she controlled winter, but because she learned to warm it. And so, in a land once frozen by fear, love became the true magic that changed everything.